Ken Carson speaks on other artists ripping a sound. That's what happens when you're part of evolution. One person's sound branches off into different sounds, and that's how you know you're the best at something, or you're at least a pinnacle of it. I'd be more worried if motherfuckers weren't copying me. Okay. I mean, he not wrong. Look at everybody right now in underground, bro. They're all taking somewhat little bits and pieces from Ken. No matter what way you put it, this whole distortion wave, it's where it's at right now because of Whole Lotta Red especially. You know, that's the blueprint. But the stem of it right now is AGC. Distortion, that loudness, chaotic, just that whole layer of distortion right now. It's super energetic, the fuzz, staticky. It got that vibe to it. You know, it's a different type of rage. Everybody kind of diving into that whole thing and making like different sounds of it, branching off, making their own thing. Osama Sun is not a clone of Ken, but he did dive into that sound, branch off, and make his own thing. He's making some good rage projects. Pretty fun, probably got a little influence by him for sure, because this shit is fun, bouncy, and ragey, and distorted. I'm gonna address him as X5. No, I'll just play. I'm gonna call him Ken again. No doubt, Ken brought a twist to rage. That's not crazy to say. I seen him say something like he the pioneer of rage, or not. He didn't say that, but he said he played a role into it, and he will add himself in that convo. I don't think it's bad to say, 100%. I think it speaks for itself. My fans speak for that. I'm sure they will see more of it than I do. They with me, I'm with them. Is he wrong though? He played a role into that shit, man. He brought a different side to it. That's not crazy to say. Hear me out. I know this is gonna sound like dick eating. They gotta add Fago to that conversation. Wait, my niggas put dots. Hear me out though. Wait a second. October 2020, Fago dropped Off the Map. Mind you, he probably made that months before, or probably 4 to 5 months before, middle of 2020. Trippie Redd teased Mr. Rage later on 2020, probably like a month or two after All the Mat dropped. Why you think he was him afterwards? Why you think he brung him on fucking tour? That's not a crazy thing to say, bro. I think Fago's in that conversation, gang. Is that crazy? Yo, Des, we can hop in court to talk about this. I don't know what's up with you. Yo, you been hitting on Fago, gang. That's what I like doing, bro. I like talking to y'all, bro. Pause. Tell me how he didn't play a role in Rage.
Because Trippie been on that Rage. Trippie been collabing with Pierre and things like that.
I didn't say he didn't.
So how can you say like Fago dropped Off the Map and then Trippie previewed Mr. Rage? Like, no.
You know that same
been
synth?
on that Rage shit.
So listen to Off the Map, right? And then listen to Mr. Rage. That same synth came from Off the Map, gang. I ain't gonna lie, hear me out. Probably 2018, you probably heard it a few times, but you didn't hear that same synth with the fucking beats until 2020 when Fago started doing that shit.
So you didn't hear that synth on Woke Up Like This with Uzi and Cardi?
Yeah.
Alright, so what are we talking about? It's been out. He's not a pioneer of it.
No, but nobody added those type of 808s to that shit though. That's not a Rage beat. Yo, it's Woke Up Like This Rage? What the fuck are we talking about?
Bro, you don't hear that guitar sound in the background? Are we serious? That
a synth is not Rage.
Bro, that's literally a Rage song, bro.
Even melodies, that's not Rage. We talking about the 808s. If it's not somewhat distorted, staticky, ragey, and giving you that feeling of hype, that's not even considered Rage. That don't play a role into that.
Bro, that's a dude.
You could have took it back to 2016 and Molly Raw and them. You could have took it back to that. I would agree with you on that. I'm just saying that Fago plays a role into that and bringing it back. Like, nobody was on no Rage like that until Fago dropped Off the Map. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Trippie was on that shit, but he took a break from it. If anything, he pioneered all the way in 2018 and shit like that. I'm just saying that Fago played a role in kind of bringing that spark back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was quiet. The same way niggas say that Ken didn't make no distortion, but he played a role into bringing that shit back and bringing a different sound to it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, appreciate that sub, Cake. That's real. Thank you. But go ahead.
So, Dutie, if you had to make a Mount Rushmore for Rage music, pioneers, who was your Mount Rushmore?
You got to put the producers up there, if anything.
Yeah, for sure.
The artists, yeah, they played a role into it, but like, I'm not gonna lie, you got to put the producers, Molly Raw and them.
You don't think Cardi was making that Rage music before Fago dropped Off the Mat, like in 2020?
You remember Joy Division said that he recorded all that shit like late 2020, gang. Then he make like 10 tracks on that time, Stop Breathing, all that Rage Rockstar made. Don't be surprised if these niggas be taking bits and pieces from an artist if they get a spark doing it. I'm not saying that they was copying Fago, but when Fago introduced Off the Mat, he dropped that shit. I wouldn't be surprised if a nigga seen the music video or whatever, they was tapped in, they was like, yo, hold on, bro, I'm finna bring this shit back. Yeah, I started this shit, but I'm gonna bring it back. Trippie probably seen that shit, and he was like, you know what, bro, I'm finna dive in fully with this. Just want to take my swag. I might as well take a little bit of his and just bring it back on some. Why are you arguing with people that started listening to underground music in 2023? It's not an argument, bro. These are my supporters, bro.
What, bro? Get on my dick, bro. You don't know nothing about me, bro. I've been listening to underground music. Like, why he just talking, bro? Get on my dick.
You gotta think about it, bro. He probably just joined in the chat. He like, man, this nigga arguing with people.
Sliz.
They think everything is an argument. Nigga, it's just debating. We just talk about music.
Right, bro. I fuck with Dutie, bro. I'm still. Yeah, fuck. You start listening to underground music 2023.
Well,
nigga got SpongeBob.
Yeah, we just talking, bro. They not gonna bring that up because of Mr. Rage, if that makes sense, bro. They were bigger artists during the time. It popped off more than Off the Map. So it's no surprise that he's not gonna remember Fago or anything like that. They're not gonna feel like he played a role in that, bro. But yo, the Fago fans would somewhat agree with me, gang. I'm gonna keep it a buck. You see what Ken said?
You talk about the Rage, the interview?
Yeah, he said he a pioneer. He said that if his fans saying it, then he don't have a problem with it.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like that was kind of backhanded when he said that.
As
like,
in what way,
the way he said it, he told I made the sound, so if niggas want to copy it. Maybe I'm overthinking.
Yo, is distortion and rage two different things, right? Can we agree on that? Okay, so I feel like he played a role in distortion rage rap, but rage rap itself was already a thing before Ken. We already know that.
I feel like he intertwined the worlds. Him and Cardi.
He brought back that static, that chaotic, man, that loudness. He made it more pleasing, if that makes sense. When you hear that raw, energetic type of feeling, like you hear that, he made it more smooth with AGC. It wasn't too loud to the point where it broke your damn eardrums or whatever. It was just more intense. I think
like that distortion.
Was a pioneer. Yo, Banner.
Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Come on. We grown, bro.
But you feel like Ken played a role or no?
Yeah, hell yeah, for sure. For sure.
He brought back that
A Great Cast, one of my favorite albums of all time.
Yo, 2023 was such a fun year to be a Ken fan, gang.
That snippet run, he was not missing. Like that.
Yeah, he was not fucking missing. Everything snapped with you, bro. Like we went into AGC knowing every track, but every track was hidden. Can we admit that shit, though?
Bro, he had the album release party and niggas was singing the lyrics.
That's gonna be one of his projects that people look back on for sure. Like to this day, niggas still bring it up.
They be trying to act like it's mid though now.
Yeah, I hate that, bro. That's annoying.
Yeah, bro. Y'all know damn well y'all was bumping.
That's rewriting history. That's what I don't like. AGC Deluxe though, that was even crazier. It wasn't just distorted. Yeah, it sounded more polished. You had songs like Loading, Leather Jacket. That was crazy. You seen that shit where they was leaking some tracks and he was passing them down to Strap, the media page? I thought that had something to do with Lost Files 5 at first. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was the rollout, but I don't know what it is now. I think it's a thing where he gonna surprise drop on Halloween. That might be a thing, gang.
That could work though, and like he'll perform some of the songs on tour.
Cause there's no way he don't drop in October. That's not like Ken. He will not drop in October, gang. He's gonna drop something, chat. If you see some unreleased tracks flying around on a media page or something, or on SoundCloud, if it randomly pop up, that's him. That is Ken. Yo, dumb. They just be talking, gang. You just gotta get credit, bro. If it's not for you, it's just not for you. But Ken fans don't want to say that shit. They'll rather hate and gravitate towards Osama's son, call him better, make videos over and over again, comment on TikToks, and be like, oh, he's washed, bro. We don't mess with Ken no more. But when he make a project that's more appealing to you, and he makes some shit that's hot, don't come back dick riding. That's how that shit works though, bro. Everybody
they never gonna make me forever.
Nigga, Ken good, bro. Ken is doing just fine, bro. I think bro. He just went #1 with More Chaos. He sold 60K first week, bro. That is still good. He had promo to only a certain extent though. Like that felt like it was being promoted as a mixtape, if anything.
How was he falling off after one mid album?
But you know what that is though? That's just propaganda though, bro. That's the underground, bro. That's R&B. This is where he came from, bro. If niggas make something that's not appealing to them, it's considered mid or trash, and they're gonna trash you until you do something appealing to them. These be little kids looking at the same 4 Twitter pages post the same shit over and over. He's repetitive, bro. They run with that and they just take it to TikTok comments. Like that. That's how this works. There be kids, chat. Y'all probably one of them.